Lanier Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars.
We are live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman here with Shaggy TV. Ready to bring you our season finale here in Thursday Night Thunder. The small block modifieds, of course, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports and the Venom Racing team here as we see the checkered flag wave on practice. We get ready to roll. My apologies on the delay bringing this up, but man, those stream keys, they have not been my friend here these past couple weeks. And well, let's take a look here. Points coming in. It's gonna be hard to do the math for me on the fly here, but it's looking like if Sam Bachman can keep Clay Christopherson in the windshield tonight, he should bring home a championship. It's going to be pretty close, but you got to think, I saw in their Discord, they changed it there to the Champ Akonda. Sam Bachman here. He won the 358 Open Championship on Monday. He'd love to add another one. We'll have to see what he can do here. Is Mike Brewer on his first go-around. Mike Brewer floats it up going down the backstretch. Trying to get maybe a little lower on entry. There's still a little grip down there, but we'll have to see what the lap time looks like for the 39. As Mike Brewer comes across P4 for the 390. As Matt Barber quick time in the 16. See if we can find another driver. Gonna go quick here, as you see. Real small racetrack. Sam Bachman, your current points leader, takes quick time there. In his first trip around the sun, lap number 2. Can he improve? No, doesn't need to. 14.45 for the 007 Sam Bachman. Clay Christopherson, the man trying to take the championship, comes around and, well, putt right now. Going to park at P6. May not be terrible, you know, with the way we end up possibly doing the invert here. See Kelly Wheeler as he comes across the stripe. Kelly Wheeler, P20, his final time around. Brian Dickens, his final time around. He can only move up to 14th. See what Randy Shreves does. Final time around for the 56. He runs out of time. So he's going to have to stick with that P27. We've got 29 drivers registered for the session here tonight, so it should be a good one. Let's take a look here at our starting lineup for heat race number 1. Row 5 to the outside in the 21 Blackjack John Tobias, to the inside the 247 of Michael Vecchio. Row 4 to the outside, the 88 of Soupy Dan McLaren, to the inside the 011 of Randall Dixon. Row 3 to the outside, the 143 of Scott Zeneker, to the inside the 218 of Superman Kurt Schatzer. Row 2 to the outside, your point leader in the 007, the champ Akonda Sam Bachman, to the inside the 32 of the Magic Ant-Man Anthony Morano. Row 1 for heat race number 1, starting on the outside in the 390. Mike Brewer, to the inside the deuce of Harold Klump. Get ready to roll around here. I think the pace car stayed on the racetrack, so we're going to go around one more time. Oh, wait, no, we aren't. It's going to stop, and I'm going to pick the wrong camera. And I bluffed the start for heat race number 1, but man, I'm glad I did that now instead of the feature. Here we go, 8 laps to play. Harold Klump trying to hold on the inside. I think drivers, yeah, they're going to want to float up and get to the top. You want to float up on exit. Mike Brewer showing that, man. A lot of speed. You're able to float it, carry it up a lot, attack Mike Brewer to the lead. Anthony Morano trying to take a peek downstairs. Okay, so that's the camera that we want for the start of the race. Figured we'd take a peek there. Anthony stuck in the middle. Sam Bachman tried to make it 3 wide, but Anthony, man, I don't know what kind of run he found there through 1 and 2, but it was a good one on the bottom. Anthony Morano move him on up to P2, and Sam Bachman, this is a tough racetrack to pass at, especially here when we get into the features. Sam knows every spot he gets will be 3 starting spots in the feature, so he's got to do his best to try to get around here as we come around. This is another camera I'm going to have. Oh, wait, no, that's the wall. There's nothing wrong with that. I set that up right. But Mike Brewer to the outside. Anthony Morano, man. Here he comes taking a peek. Anthony, can he get it going down the backstretch? Anthony Morano to the inside, not able to push Mike up to an uncomfortable spot to where he had to crack out of the throttle. And now Harold Klump, man, he's starting to get involved with this thing. Harold Klump looks to the inside through 3 and 4. He gets that thing sideways. White flag in the air, 1 more trip around. What do you do if you're Anthony Morano? Do you go down and protect? The answer is yes. He protects from the slide job. Mike Brewer all by himself out front. We screw up again. Wins heat race number 1. Anthony Morano 2nd. Harold Klump 3rd. And Sam Bachman, your 4th and final transfer. Zeneker, Vecchio, McLaren, Dixon, Tobias, and Schatzer to the B main. Man, oh man. Fingers not going where the eyes want them to go here. The buttons I'm clicking. Heat race number 2. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Row 5 to the outside, the 6 of Corey Schartzer. To the inside, the 099 of Glenn Sharp. Row 4 to the outside, Bob DeGood. And the 7 to the inside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Row 3 to the outside, the 89 of Mason Hine. To the inside, the 122 of Brian Dickens. Row 2 to the outside, the 16 of the Barber, Matt Barber. To the inside, the 444 of Scott Rayone. Row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. And starting on pole, the 91 of Chad Lackey, winner of heat race number 2. Will start on the outside of the front row for tonight's feature. Top 4 make it to the show. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 8 to play at Lanier National Speedway. Chad Lackey with a good run on the bottom. Can he get up and float in the middle of 3 and 4 and shut the door on the 213? I don't think he wants to. Going to stay low. Likes the grip down there, and he's got the lead. Is Scott Rayone. Man, he's trying. Doing his damnedest to cling on to that 4th and final transfer. But he's got the 122 and the 89 of Mason Hine. Trying to get racy here at Lanier. Mason to the outside. Brian Dickens to the inside. That 122 moves on up, and Mason Hine back to where he started after moving up a spot early. Thought maybe he was going to go up there and take a sniff at Scott Rayome in the 4. But Mason, he's kind of cooled off his Chad Lackey. He's got that 91 roll in here at Lanier. Michael Vitale firmly in second for the moment, but with 4 laps to go, the Barber, what can he do? He started 4th. You know what that means at the invert? He qualified 2nd, so Matt, he's got a quick race car, but just not easy to pass. And Joseph Grandy, his money's on the pole sitter, he said there in the chat. He knows it's one of those deals, man. You know, if you nail the invert, you can win your heat race and maybe get a little lucky in those first couple laps. It is tricky to pass unless the guy behind is willing to get aggressive. And right now in the heat races, we're not seeing that. We're seeing a battle here in the back, though. Glenn Sharp, the outside of Bob DeGood. But the white flag flies for your leaders. There's one more trip around. Chad started up front, looking to finish there. Final time through 3 and 4. We'll see the checkered flag wave as Chad Lackey wins heat race number 2. Michael Vitale, Matt Barber, Scott Rayone to the A main. Brian Dickens, Mason Hine, Kelly Wheeler, Bob DeGood, Glenn Sharp, and Corey Schartzer to the B main. As we get ready to take a look at our starting grid for heat race number 3. 3rd and final heat race here in the FTM Venom Racing 358 small blocks. Rounding out the field, the 56 Randy Shreves on the inside of row 5. Row 4 to the outside, Butters, Jason Butterfield. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 3 to the outside, the 817 of Shane Billings. To the inside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. Row 2 to the outside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy, and lining up to his inside, the 051 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson. Row number 1 for your 3rd and final heat race to the outside in the 075. Trevor Gearix to the inside, lining up on the pole, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. As we click the wrong overlay, we drop down, the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. Heat race number 3 is underway. I know these guys, but you maybe don't, so we're going to refresh it for you. But as they race side by side down the backstretch, Dino to the inside, Gearix to the outside, Grandy to the outside of row 2, Putt Putt to the inside. They're still side by side the first 2 rows. Grandy trying to get a run, but Gearix maybe not finding that gear he needs in the 075. Just needs a little bit more speed as Dino slides up. Welcome to the lead. He's got it, Dean Reynolds. You know, like Joseph was saying, and like I mentioned, you start up front, it's you know, easy to stay up there, but not necessarily on these first restarts. You know, we go on green here to start the race, and that's not necessarily advantage leader, because if Trevor goes at the exact same moment Dean does, you may want to be on that outside with the way the momentum's rolling. But Dino doing a great job here of holding firm as Shane Billings in the 8:17. He's trying to get into that fourth and final transfer spot, but the war wages ahead, and he may have to wait his turn as they're almost 3 wide in the center of the corner. Grandy can drive in deep, just doesn't have the run off, but putt in the middle, trying to do just that, putt his way on through the center. Can he get P2 at the line this time? Oh, side by side, but give it to the 075. I think it's going to be advantage putt this time. But hey, who knows Dino, though? He knows. White flag in the air. There's one more lap to go at Lanier. Dino trying to hold firm on the bottom through 1 and 2. Doing a good job of holding his line. The battle is on for second as we roll through 3 and 4 for the final time. Dean Reynolds brings home the checkered flag, followed by putt. He nudges out Trevor Giroux. And Grandy, your top 4. Billings, Barker, Shreves, Banks, and Butterfield to the B main. Now we should be taking 12 drivers here for the B main. So 5 going home if they all show. Corey Schartzer going to round out the field inside of row number 9. Row 8 to the outside, the 218 of Superman Kurt Schatzer to the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 7 to the outside, the 099 of Glenn Sharp. To the inside, Blackjack, John DeBias in the 21. Row 6 on the outside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. To the inside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. Row 5 on the outside, the 011 of Randall Dixon. To the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 4 to the outside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. To the inside, the 88 of Soupy Dan McLaren. Row 3 to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. To the inside, the 89 of Mason Hine. Row 2 to the outside, the 247 of Michael Vecchio. To the inside, the 817 of Shane Billings. Row number 1, top 12 make it to the show. To the outside, with the 122 of Brian Dickens. And starting on the pole, the 143 of Scott Zeneker. As they were nice there, they gave me a little time. I sped that one up there at the end because I thought we were only going to get one go around with the pace car. But Jeff Barker, I think, is the admin here. Came to my aid, realized that I would probably need it. And it lets me get everything nice and pretty on my end as the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Maybe went a little bit early, but it's your B main here as we're ready to play here at Lanier National. Only 15 drivers out on the racetrack, so 3 drivers going to go home. And, well, we got 2 drivers wadded up on the inside already is Randall Dixon. He may have been involved in that. He's back in 13th. Now Kurt Schatzer, Superman, he's got the cape flapping. But he's going to be starting at the tail end of this feature if he can't make up any spots. But he's got to be thinking, hey, at least I'm in this feature at this point. And, well, you know, we've seen crazier things happen too. So if you're the 011 of Randall Dixon, you got to keep plugging away because they're still running 3 wide in front of you. Beating and banging here even when they're already in the show. So you never know what's going to happen. Let's go trackside. You see Zeneker way up top, man. Let's see what kind of run he gets. Not as good a one as you'd probably think. Maybe get more of one off of 4, but on the outside of 2, I don't think it was working all that well for the 143 of Scott Zeneker. And then never mind, there he does the exact opposite. So who knows? Dickens, though, feeling some pressure to the inside. We're 3 wide for the moment. Shane Billings to the inside. Billings in that 117. He tries to work to the inside as, man, him and Brian Dickens get oh so close. Billings could have reached out and signed that quarter panel there. Like I say, they're in the show, so this is where you just want to behave, but tough to get drivers to want to do that. Every spot in the B main is a starting spot in the feature. You don't want to turn that off. You want to go while you can, and while you're really taking in every lap here. Just white flag flies, one more trip around, and we talked about it. I mean, that was going to be your top 12 if nothing happened. And, well, Randall Dixon, he's been able to reel him in a little bit, but just couldn't come close enough. And as the checkered flag flies, Seneca, Dickens, Hine, Billings, Shreves, Vecchio, Wheeler, Barker, Butterfield, Schartzer, DeGood, and Banks to the A main. Randall Dixon, John Tobias, Glenn Sharp, Dan McLaren, and Corey Schatzer gonna have to come back next week. We're gonna take a short break on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and we'll be right back with your FTM Venom Racing 358 small block feature right after this. We're back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. A little over 10 seconds left here, and man, Corey. Yeah. What was that? Kurt. Why did I say Corey? Kurt Schatzer, man. He has to come from the B main, but look at that. He's the quickest guy in the world. Oh, it's caught me. Okay, so got a feel for Kurt. Now Joseph takes it over with a 14.65, $100,000 show, and there's still speed out in the racetrack doing that late. So we'll have to see what is in store for us here as the night rolls on. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup. Row 12 on the outside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. To the inside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. Row 11 to the outside, Superman Kurt Schatzer. In the 218 to the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 10 to the outside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, to the inside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Row 9 to the outside, the 247 of Michael Vecchio, to the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 8 to the outside, the 817 of Shane Billings, to the inside, the 89 of Mason Hine. Row 7 on the outside, the 122 of Brian Dickens, to the inside, the 143 of Scott Seneker. Row 6 to the outside, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy, to the inside, Scott Rayome. Row 5, Sam Bachman, your point leader, to the inside, the 075 of Trevor Gearix. Row 4 to the outside, the Barber, Matt Barber, to the inside, the Deuce, Harold Klump. Row 3 to the outside, the 051 of Clay Christopherson, to the inside, Michael Vitale. Row 2 to the outside, the Ant-Man Anthony Morano, to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. And row number 1 for your FTM Venom Racing 358 modified feature, to the outside, the 91 of Chad Lackey. Starting on pole, the 390 of Mike Brewer. As the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. 30 laps to play in the play at Lanier National Speedway. We're underway. Mike Brewer gets a good run on the bottom. Chad Lackey trying to see what he can do on the outside. And, well, Dino trying to take a sniff, but Chad cuts down. He cuts underneath side by side. Give it to Brewer at the line, but oh so close. Man, you would have needed to get out the camera there to see that finish. Chad to the inside, Brewer to the outside. They swap. This is where they wanted to be, and Brewer with the slight advantage for the time being, but they're 3 wide behind. Dino was on the outside for a moment. Anthony in the middle. Oh, and Vitale, he's getting some company. Harold Klump with a big send in the deuces. They are battling hard here. Mike Brewer washes up a little bit in 1 and 2. And now Lackey, he looks to the inside. Caution flag waves. Caution flag waves. Right as the leaders are coming up on trouble. Ryland Banks, I believe, maybe Scott Seneker as well. We'll have to see. So this definitely had already, yes, so Scott Seneker was involved for sure. That's the 143. So Scott gets a little sideways, gets a tap from the 76, and Ryland goes up and over, lands on all fours, straightens it up, caution flag comes out. Just in the nick of time here. That could have been trouble for some of those guys. So Mike Brewer holds on to the lead here. That's going to be a big deal there for the driver of the 390. Because, well, right when that caution was thinking of flying, or, I mean, right before that caution thought about flying, Chad Lackey was maybe going to be your race leader rolling through 3 and 4. So Chad seeing an untimely caution. Now he's going to start on the outside. Brewer liked the outside, but maybe here with the benefit of the restart, like to try to pull a teammate along on the inside, get Dino racing side by side as the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. Lap 5 underway in Lanier National Speedway. Dino gets to the inside. He's got to move him up a little bit. You know, can't let him crowd you down. And, well, Dino, I mean, he's not really, Chad may not be happy about that, but, I mean, when you're going in side by side with the guy, you know, not leaving him much room, you're kind of asking for it. And Chad, he gets washed back into 5th place, barely clinging on to a top 5. Man, they were 3, almost 4 wide back here as straight line Scotty in the 4 trying to take a peek, make it 3 wide. And, well, Scotty, I love you. When you listen to that, you know that's a joke. Well, if you don't, blame your teammate Dino for his interview last night. He's the one who gave me the new nickname information. But Scott doing a good job, man. Stuck in the middle 3 wide. He's got to get up a little bit, touches the barber, and Matt Mason gets up a little bit. He gets into the 4. He was down low 3 wide. Maybe didn't know he was still 3 wide, but Mason, you're still 3 wide now. We got Randy Shreves upstairs. As Dean Reynolds, man, inching in here on the Brewer. Does he make a move here? He sees lap traffic coming, maybe takes advantage of a slower car on the outside as Dino gets side by side for the lead here in 1 and 2. Dean Reynolds. Oh, what kind of run can he get off of 4? He needs it at the line. Not good enough. Give it to Brewer. But boy, oh boy, by an inch as they are side by side. Oh, Dean sends it in. Brewer trying to cut underneath. What can Mike do? He can't get a fender there. Dino's your leader with 18 laps to play here at Lanier. If this thing stays green, you got to think Dino might be bringing home a checkered flag. And this man, Sam Bachman, may be bringing home another trophy because the guy who he's battling in points is right below him in that 51. But we got a car in the wall slow on the outside. Scott Zeneker, caution on the racetrack. So I think maybe just trying to get up out of the way of the leaders, and they definitely appreciate that. But now Dino, man, his lead spoiled. That's why they say a lot of times, you know, just run where you're comfortable, hold that line, make the leaders go by. But Scott gets up where he's maybe not so comfortable, gets up in the Hershey Kisses and jumps that thing into the outside wall. And now, well, now, Dino, what do you do if you're driving that 79? How do you handle business? Because Mike Brewer, we know, we've seen him in the chat box there. We got Ron out there. He's got some big fans, man. They expect wins. They want the best out of that 39 or 390. And right behind the guy we're looking at, man, the 32, Anthony Morano. I mean, he's no slouch. If Dino opens up the bottom of the racetrack, you gotta watch for the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. So lots of stuff can happen here as we roll through 3 and 4. The Steve King Foundation pace car pulls off. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. 16 to play. It's one away from halfway. Dean, what kind of run here? Can he get through the center of 1 and 2? The answer's a damn good one as Anthony Morano pulls side by side with the 39 of Mike Brewer. Brewer, can he get a good enough run to shut the door? He could. Chose not to, but Anthony's going to leave him a little room. Now Chad, he's trying to work his way back up. Remember, there was a little bit of contact between him and your leader in the 79. You know, I think that's just fender racing here. You don't give guys a lot of room, and well, not necessarily fenders. These don't have fenders, but the sidebars, I guess, is the better term. And now you're kind of seeing the 91. You see, he gets up into the 213 of Michael Vitale. When the guy on the outside doesn't give you much room, that's what you got to do. And well, here comes your point leader and quick time qualifier in the 007, Sam Bachman. Welcome to the party. Chad gets a little bump there from the 213 of Michael Vitale. Sam cuts under. He says, I don't care if you're lifting. I'm not the one that wrecked him. And Sam Bachman moves on up one more as Clay Christopherson finds himself on the outside. 3 wide. Brian Dickens gets into the back of the 75. Gearix goes around, and Trevor just going to put his face in his palms there and wonder what he could have done different. And the answer, Trevor, is absolutely nothing. He just gets a little bit of contact from behind. We'll see Brian Dickens drive it in. And the contact is going to come right there. Trevor goes around. Dickens, oh, he gets into it one more time, so he's got to have some damage. That's the 4 of Scott Rayome. Wow, hard into the wall for Scott. Man, I didn't even catch that right away. That is a big hit for Scott Rayome. So he is definitely going to have to use a quick repair there. And oh, Jeff Barker, he's wondering what's going on here. Oh, Jeff Barker scared for his life there, probably. Well, I told Dino last night. I said, Dino, man, hopefully I talk to you tomorrow. I didn't know, you know, he'd take it that literally. He didn't have to go do it. tomorrow night, but he's sure as hell trying. As Dean, you see here, drives by in that 79 machine. What can he do? Will Dino be able to bring home a win here in the small block modifieds to close out? Oh, his teammate there trying to rattle his cage, man. Mike Brewer there just trying to rough him up, man, get him thinking. And will that be enough to unsettle Dino? A Grizzly vet in the 79. I doubt it as the green flag waves. We're back underway. Dean Reynolds tries to weather the storm here. Joseph Grandy, he started 12th. He's been able to race his way up to 8th. One of the bigger movers, the biggest mover, Kurt Schatzer, started shotgun on the field almost 22nd, and Kurt up to 14th, up 8 spots. But Brewer slowly trying to reel in the 79, and if he is reeling him in, he's doing just that, slowly. As you see Sam Bachman there taking a peek on the outside, he's trying to warm that 007 up. Is welcome to the top 5 for a quick moment in time there. Sam Bachman is actually, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he almost gets it at the line. I was thinking he was gonna get around for 4th, but that's a little up the road there. That's the 91 Alaki, and right now FTM I think gonna do all they can, gonna race as hard as they can, but you want to put the team on the podium. What a way to close out the season, and Sam Bachman would love nothing more than to be on that podium, but he's running out of time. He's only got 4 laps to go. He's finally in the top 5 at the line. But like I say, that driver, the 91 Chad Lackey's had some speed. Got bounced out of the way a little bit, and some good racing contact. And now with 3 to go, Dean Reynolds drives through 1 and 2. Just keep it smooth, Dino. Keep this thing smooth here. Keep it straight. And Brewer saying, shut up, Shaggy. There's 2 to go, man. I need this thing. But now Anthony Morano almost locking this thing up for Dino here as he takes a peek to the inside. Brewer now, he's got to get defensive. He's got to start looking out that mirror as the white flag flies. Dean Reynolds, man, that's 79. The driver who, I'm being honest with you, no one would have picked to win this feature at the start of it, starting 3rd. Dean said, go to you-know-where. I'm taking the checkered flag to close out the season. The 79 brings it home. Mike Brewer, P2. Anthony Morano for the Full Throttle Motorsports podium to wrap it up. Chad Lackey 4th and Michael Vitale, your top 5. Sam Bachman finishes in front of his teammate in the 051. And we got to think, Sam Bachman, congratulations, brother. Bringing home another trophy. And he's probably, just saluting his teammates, but realistically, he should stay there. The driver of the 007, he is going to be your champion. Congrats to Sam Bachman. Yeah, go out there, burn it down a little bit. Do some donuts, Sam. Come on, man. We'll try to get some words out of the Champaconda here. We'll do his races last. And, of course, Ron, man, I love doing these races. I really, like I say, I hope to one day have this transfer over to a real-life dirt job. I live pretty close to Lincoln Speedway in Williams Grove, so for me, this is just a way to watch racing and kind of practice for something that I'd like to do. So definitely the enjoyment comes just as much on my side as it does yours, I assure you. As we'll wait here. Well, first things first, I guess we could rewind to where we want to start up this green flag. And then we'll try to get a word here with the driver of the 32 if we see him up there. We do. Anthony Morano. Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Well, what's going on, buddy?
Well, man, I mean, what a better way to close out the year at a racetrack that's pretty difficult to pass at, but you're able to get that one spot, man, and come home with an FTM 1, 2, 3. How we feeling? And, well, I know you maybe not bringing home the championship, but at least that's another teammate as well, Anthony.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sam got both 358 divisions this year, so I mean that's pretty awesome. So big tip of the captain. Congrats to Sam. But yeah, I mean anytime we get at least a sweep in the top three, if not try to get as many in the top five as we can get. I mean it's always a good day for us, that's for sure.
Now, Anthony, okay, I know I'm looking into the future, all right, but we know how close this next standings is between you and Clay Christopherson.
One point after the drops.
Okay, so, but do you guys know the math per se, like what your worst finishes are? Well, like, basically, is it kind of, if you guys both finish, let's say, first and second, the driver who finishes first is going to win this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, oh man, dude, I cannot wait to watch that. No,
we were talking for like, do we take EOLs at the start just to make it interesting, or what do you want to do? And no. Maybe a different track, but Lanier is just too much of a single file track, so it's kind of abolished that idea. So we're just gonna race it out, see what happens at the end of the day here.
Yeah, and that being said, this is one of those tracks. Definitely, you could go either way. I'm not gonna make you say it over the broadcast, but do we think
big
about?
Block.
Okay, yeah,
I'm going big block.
A little disinformation scheme. I like that.
Nah. I'll go big block just because the 358 in a big block rips up a lot the same way here with once the track gets slicked off and run through the middle, and just got to have the power to try to get out of the corner faster than a guy. So the 350 just I don't see doing it.
Do we play a qualifying game?
No, I'm just gonna go out there and see what happens. Maybe try to pick up the 7 bonus points or whatever it is, 5 bonus points for winning, and then see what happens there. Just do what I can, get as many points as possible through the night, and go from there.
Yeah, man, keep that thing clean too, dude. 0x, we know that could be the difference.
5 or 7 points can be a big thing.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be holding my breath watching you guys. I really hope it doesn't come down to somebody doing something dumb like that, to one of you guys being the difference. I want to see you guys race it out on the racetrack. You guys are awesome, man. Great job tonight. And Anthony, before you get out of here, who you want to thank, brother?
I got to thank my wife, Sherry, the boys over there at FTM. We have a hell of a time coming in here running the coast to coast. Dean super car, and congratulations to Dean on picking up the win. And congrats to Mike getting second. Just had a baby yesterday, day before, had a little boy. So big congratulations to him and his wife. Hi Mom Len, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim Shop, Expert Installation, Casper Flagstone, MDITV, GripHack.com. Bowman's Designs, Shaggy for doing a broadcast, Venom for going halfway with us, sponsoring the division, and running coast to coast.
Hey, heck of a run, Anthony. And man, I hope you and Clay absolutely put on a fireworks show here in the big block. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Anthony Morano, your P3 finisher. And now we're going to bring up the new father, man. Congratulations, Mike. First off, on the most important thing, what is it like having a new son around the house, man? How you been enjoying it?
New girl.
So Anthony lied. All right, you blame your teammate because Anthony just said a boy. You blame your teammate. Dino got it correct last night in his interview. He said congratulations, and that's why I was wondering. When Anthony said that, I was either going to say Dino got it wrong, or now we know Anthony got it wrong. So
no, I do have a son though. He's 9, but
yeah, but he's not new. He's old news now. I'm an older brother, so I know the feeling. I was 8.5 years older than my brother actually. So when he came across, man, I was old news. I was out with the trash.
Right on your own. No.
But Mike, man, for real, you had a pretty quick race car, but it just seemed like Dino able to get to the inside of you. That was the difference. Did we want to try the outside, or was that a mistake to allow Dino to the inside?
It ate me alive not being able to go up there. I wanted to, but being that slick with the 358, you just don't have enough there. That's a long ways around the top with not enough motor to do it. So I made up my mind. I'm just gonna run that slicker. Even trying to hug the bottom, it's really tough. It's not as fast as running through that slick. So, but I was having a terrible time on entry. It was the back end was sliding too much, so I was over rotating, and then I had to wait for the car to catch up to me about halfway off, and those guys could roll it a lot better in, keeping it a lot straighter. So that's where I was losing.
Well, you excited then to be able to get the big block out here next? Are we going to see hammer down the top side in a big block? Is that the strategy?
Yeah. I think that's the strategy. Right now it is. It might change, but we'll see. That's the route I think I'm going to take.
Well, hey, Mike, we've seen you have a lot of good runs here and some stuff that I've done, but man, oh man, you've had some of the crappiest luck I've seen out of any of your teammates getting involved in other drivers' stuff, hitting some tractor tires maybe here and there. But tonight, Mike, it's all about you, man. You're able to bring home that middle step for your FTM, a 1, 2, 3. Gotta feel good. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
First off, my wife and the newborn there, Hayden. So we got home earlier and we knew we had the league race, and I was like, she's been pretty content. So I was like, you mind if I run downstairs and run a couple races? She said, nah, no, go ahead. But you guys for putting this on, FTM and Venom Racing, all the guys over there at FTM, Swan Speed Shop, Expert Installation, everybody watching, the guys in the crew, my aunt, my uncle, they tune in all the time, so it's great. So thank you guys for putting this on, and glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, man, Uncle Ron's out there watching right now, Mike. Congratulations, and hey, man, hopefully we're talking to you after this big block. Give him hell, brother.
Thank you, sir.
That's Mike Brewer, your P2 finisher. And now we're going to bring up the man of the hour. Dino, I said it, man. I told you last night. Hopefully I talk to you again tomorrow. I didn't know it was going to be this quick, man. You take a good starting spot and, well, you're able to muscle around your teammate. How you feeling?
Well, finally got one. I mean, Shaggy, I've been having a good car. It races good since I got the new computer and everything. I just can't time trial. I've been missing the inversion almost every race. And this time I got lucky. I got the last spot. I got 12. And then when I ran that heat, I'm like, whoa, this car feels good. And, won the heat with an okay distance and, went in the feature. And I think I was going to race for second or third because, I didn't think I was going to get Brewer because Mike is so good on a slick track, so patient. But, he's in our Discord and he goes, Dean, I can't hold it down. I'm just spinning my wheels a little bit. And, when he said that, I said, well, let me try the bottom and see if I can get in there and try to do it without touching, of course. And my car's stuck. And, once we got the lead, then I can move up and then kind of play that middle and just see if anyone's got a better lane.
Yeah, man. I mean, you go from one extreme to the other here. You go from the high-powered 410 to the little, not that it's underpowered, but just you don't have to be as easy on that throttle as you do in the 410. Now, do we stick with the momentum in this 358, or do we get the horsepower out here for this next one?
Well, that is the question I've been asking everybody. I've been asking Brewer and Tony and Sam. And, I've always said you can't give up horsepower. You can't give up horsepower. But, man, I tell you, I'm terrible on this track with a big block. It gets so slick, and then it gets in that middle, and then I spin the wheels. And I just don't know. I don't know. I'm looking to see how many people are entered. I'm going to talk as long as I can so these guys can burn the track off more. So, we're going to talk for another 15, 18 minutes here, Shaggy. And then I might make my decision. So I really don't know. I'm going to, I'm just probably going to flip a coin and see what happens and then go from there. I just don't want to come off a win and then pick the wrong car, and by picking the wrong cars, picking the 358 because it's the big block race. But Tony's won with them. Clay's won with them. Of course, they're better than I am in them, but I wish I could tell you. I still don't know. Now,
Dino, now hopefully, we're talking about you winning 2 of them in a row here, but I got a random, we want to let them beat up the track a little bit. So let me ask you a hypothetical question here. You've got Anthony and Clay, 1 point separating each other going into this next race. If you're in third and they're in first and second, Do we go in there and still mix it up with them, or do you let them settle the championship? What do we do if another win's on the line?
Absolutely not. I am one of those guys that know the points going in and race for respect. Matter of fact, when it was Renegades there on Monday, Scotty Riom was actually spotting for me. I actually had a spotter for the first time in God knows how long. I said, "Tell me, Patrick's starting behind me." I said, "Tell me what Patrick is doing going in 1 and 2." He says, "Dean, he's going underneath you." I said, "Okay." I drifted up, let him go by, and then I hit the gas. I'm just not going to stand in the way. Now, when I was behind Patrick, if he makes a mistake or something like that, I'll take advantage of that. But was I even going to try to pass him? No. So if I'm running third, I'm not gonna try to pass him. Quite frankly, I'll admit it. I've been running. Sometimes I'll run fifth. Anthony's sixth. He's going for a title. I'll drift up and say, "Anthony, go underneath me. Get that spot." I mean, that's teamwork. That's what you got to do. And so if these guys are going to go for it and they're in front of me, I'm going to let them go for it.
No, yeah, and I think that's the correct answer, especially, I mean, looking at it either way, one of those guys going to bring home the trophy, and Anthony, he'd have to have a serious mess up to not bring home the Pro Late trophy as well. So, man, you guys have a chance to sweep Thursday night, and with Sam winning the trophy Monday, you guys absolutely own these. What do we call these open wheels, Dean? Is that a term for these?
Modifieds are open wheels. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
They're called open wheels. They're open wheel. It's funny. People down south call them open wheel center steer modifieds because the UMP modifieds out in the Midwest and all over, they sit on the left-hand side of the car. But they're not really open wheel either. They're all underneath the body with their 8-inch tires and stuff. So, these are, we call them big block modifieds, but across the country, they call them open wheel center steer modifieds.
Okay, all right. The more you know. Well, hey, Dino, congratulations, man. I'll let you go stew over that decision, whether we get a small block or big block. Congratulations on the win here. Who you want to thank before you get out of here, brother?
Well, got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. I'm so happy to see the success. And, congratulations, Sam Bachman. I mean, 2 championships in one season. That's awesome. And hopefully, either Clay or Anthony will get it tonight. And we're proud of that. We all try to work together and help each other out. So what a great team. And, and we're all, middle-aged guys really that actually don't even race as much as a lot of people think we do. Just because they see us in coast to coast, it's kind of, what we do, and then we do a couple other leagues, and that's it. So, but congratulations to them. We do have to say congratulations to Mike Brewer for being a dad. That's really cool, and congratulations to him and his family. I called it Little Baby Brewer, so that's nice, and good to see the kid popped out like 3 hours ago, and he's on the sim. So we know where his priorities are. So that's
and shows cool. How good of a teammate you are, Dean, because last night you mentioned that it was a girl. Today, in his interview, I'm going to throw him under the bus one more time. Anthony said it was a little boy right before I talked to Mike. So I start out, of course, congratulations, new little boy in the house. And boy, oh boy, Anthony set me up for failure. So you guys got to give him a hard time.
Because I remember we asked, do you know what it is? And I thought he said a girl. And I said, well, name it Dina. Because if it's a boy, you name it Dino. If it's a girl, you name it Dina. I have all the answers here, Shaggy. And, so I that's what I thought it was, a girl, but
we went with Hayden. That's the name, Hayden.
That's all right. It's close. There's no names.
There's a D in there.
There's a D in there. Yeah, so we're okay. We're all right. 25% success rate. So thanks to you, Shaggy. For doing the telecast. We're very proud to join Venom team there with the sponsorship, and we're actually going to get together again, and I think we're going to move over to Monday night and sponsor that with Isaac's grandfather is going to come over to Thursday. We want to move over to Monday night because it's open sets, and we got Swan Speed Shop as a sponsor. And
now Isaac's Gramps is the Top Notch Trucking, right?
Trucking, yes. Yep,
okay, I was pretty sure.
Yeah, and I messaged Isaac. He said, absolutely, go for it, because that makes sense. So we want to do a little bit of a Swan Speed Shop branding in the Monday night, so we'll move that over there. But got to thank the guys from Venom as well for joining us. Great bunch of guys to be with too, and we love racing with them. Got to thank Anthony's wife Sherry for allowing him to race. Isaac's girlfriend Kelsey, because I know I'm her favorite driver. Who else am I? Scotty Riom, poor Scotty. We got to give him some counseling. Scotty's just hitting a little bad luck here, and we got him set him straight. But
I called him straight line for you tonight.
There you go. Call him straight line. Absolutely. Yeah. If it's got an FTM on the car, he's going to get you. So. But congratulations to Sam and Anthony and Mike for doing another podium sweep. We're proud of that, and we're proud that we do it as clean as we can. And I'm gonna go into this race here and flip a coin and see what I get. And I think it's time for you to talk to Sam. Now I had to keep on talking because Sam's gonna be a minute 30-second interview.
Oh my gosh, I know. You're exactly right. I'm gonna try to get what I can. We'll see.
All right, brother.
Well, hey, Dino, good luck, man.
Thank you. You take care.
And now we're going to get to the champion here, cracking the whip for the final time here in the FTM Venom Racing. Oh, wait. Yeah. Full Throttle Motorsports. Yeah, what am I saying, Sam? Dino, we talked for a long time, as you could tell, but we were just trying to let the track age. Sam, a.k.a. the Champaconda, as I see you're going by now in Discord. Man, two-time champ, you own these 358s. How you feeling?
It feels pretty good to come out with 2 championships and coast to coast. There's a good group of guys racing here, so it feels pretty good.
Now, you had a decent-sized lead, so you probably weren't too worried, but finishing in front of Clay, did that make it feel that much better just keeping that 51 in the rearview mirror tonight?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I didn't really notice him coming until like the last couple laps or whatever, but yeah, it feels pretty nice.
Oh, I didn't even mean it in reference to him coming, because actually, I don't know if you noticed, you got around him in the early stages. I was kind of plugged on the front there at the end. No, I wasn't taking a shot at you there. You earned this one, Sam, and man, you were doing it your own way. Nobody really taking advantage of the outside. It's a long way around for the 358s. How were you doing that? I mean, it seemed like you were driving it pretty straight on entry, but then you got to be careful. You catch yourself in the wall, you're done.
Yeah, I told Brewer was talking about that he was going to run the high side that last caution, so I followed him up there, and I kind of got stuck up there a little bit. It was probably not the right move. The middle was probably where the B still, so I went up there and fell back behind Michael. But yeah, to be honest, it wasn't really that good. Hopefully a big block will be a little better up on the high side.
There we go. So we know you like the big block. I couldn't really get a straight answer from your other teammates, but kind of figured you were going to go out there and hammer the big block. Now, Sam, I know we want to go out here and get a win, but I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Dino. Let's let them beat up this track a little bit. If you're running third and we got Anthony and Clay in front of you running first and second, do you still go up there and try to mix it up with those boys, or do you let them have at it for the championship?
I guess depends how fast I am at all. I mean, yeah, it kind of depends how fast I am. If I'm pretty faster than them, yeah, I probably won't wait, but
That's right.
Just them up there, I ain't gonna bother.
That's right. Dino said he would wait, but I'm with you. If you're quicker, they can still fight for the championship in second and third, and you can bring home the checkered flag. They don't need both. So I like that answer there, Sam. Congratulations, brother, on another championship. The man of few words, but boy, oh boy, you're starting to collect the hardware. Congratulations on a good season, man. Who you want to thank?
All the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Shaggy, you for broadcasting, and Coast to Coast.
Well, hell of a run, Sam. Congratulations. Go out here and get a checkered flag here in the big blocks, man. I'm rooting for you.
I'll try, thank you.
Oh, we got Dino up here. What's up?
I got to thank Megan. I totally forgot.
Oh, that was close. Sam, did you thank Megan?
No, I didn't, but thanks, Megan.
Oh, thank God. That was going to be a close one.
I had to save that one. All right, carry on, guys.
No, we're wrapping up. I'll kick you guys both out of here. Congratulations, Sam. And, man, like you say, go take that checkered flag here.
I'll give her a shot. Thank you.
Just in time, Megan got her shout-outs. That would have been close, and it would have partially been my fault because I normally yell at Dean for it. So, Megan, that's on me, and I got to do better. We're going to take a short break here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and we're going to be right back with your Big Block Modified season finale here at the Lanier Speedway. Stick around.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
bit of a hiatus, so let's get. Tonight when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
We are back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for a little AMR, or we can say it the full way. Atlantic Management Resources Big Block Modified Racing action here at the Lanier Speedway. And oh, I just realized something here. You guys have your overlay, but why has mine not kicked up on the screen? See if I can figure this out. It would be nice if I could see it as well. But I don't know if it's going to behave here. We may have to mess around with some things here on my end before a while they get ready to roll into qualifying. Well, and as soon as I say that, there they go. See, if you notice, your time will have stopped. Gonna have to refresh that end of things here. Give me a minute. There we go. Now mine wants to come up as well. Let's see who the first race car is out on the track, and it looks like it's going to be straight line out here in the 444 of Scott Rayome. Let's see what he does. And Scott Rayome rolling the middle here through 1 and 2. A couple guys did go with a big block. Sam Bachman, whether he meant to or not, he told us he was going to go with that big block. He didn't. He went with a small block. I was checking some of the cars out in registration. Scott Rayome moves it to P2. Jason Butterfield, one of the other guys that went with a small block, I believe, in the 93. He's currently P3. So right now it's going to be a pretty even race. We'll have to see. Dino, he goes big block. He qualifies P2. Sam Bachman, quick time by 0.2 of a second. And the small block modified. Sam maybe hit the lottery here with that ticket. A lot of his other teammates, sometimes they'll go small block when he'll go big block. And he completely jumps out of left field here and just a banger. Lap number 1. We only have 20 drivers in this one. Excuse me there if you heard me hiccup as Mike Brewer comes across in the 390 P4. Ryland Banks in the 76, the last car out there actually putting a time in. He's currently P14. Let's see what the 76 does coming out of 4 this time. Ryland Banks going to be slower this time around. Going to stay with the P14. So that'll do it for qualifying. Sam Bachman, Shane Billings, Matt Barber, Mike Brewer, Anthony Morano, your top 5. Remember, Clay Christopherson and Anthony Morano, those are the guys to keep your eye on. They're battling for the points here. And Clay Christopherson just missed out on the invert by 1 spot there in qualifying. You saw I didn't bring up the grid yet, but if you saw the leaderboard, starting 5th, and the top 4, they invert. So Clay going to have to go earn this one the hard way. Row 5 to the outside, the 7 of Bob to Good to the inside. Blackjack John Tobias. Row 4 to the outside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. To the inside, the 44 of Scotty Rayome. Row 3 to the outside, the 513 of the Broken Beast. Jeff Barker to the inside, the guy battling for the points in the 051, Clay Christopherson. Row 2 to the outside, the 007 of Sam Bachman to the inside, the 16 of Matt Barber. Row 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. To the inside, the 075 of the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. As the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. Heat race number 1 is underway. Anthony Morano knows you've got to put a lot of cars in between him and his teammate in the 51, and now he's doing a pretty good job of that, but Sam gets a little shot from behind from his teammate there in the 051, and Clay saying, Sam, buddy, come on, get that thing rolling. I can't let the 32 get too far up the road. As Trevor rolling low and slow out front here in this 075. He leads with 6 to go. Sam to the inside here, trying to cut down, make a pass there. Oh, he nudges up the 16 of the Barber. And now Putt-Putt, he's able to move up into the top 4. And man, Sam, not doing it on purpose, I bet, but really doing the Lord's work there for FTM, kind of being a savior there for his teammate in the 051. Clay was really going to have to climb up the mountain here in the heat, but now he can see the 32. And if Sam works his way on by his teammate, that is going to mean absolutely everything. As Trevor out front all alone, watching this all go on in the rearview mirror. Sam to the inside. He doesn't have as much power as that 32. He's got to find grip. That's what he's all about in that small block. Can he find it at the line? Whoa, so close. But I think Sam with the advantage at the line this time. He floats up. makes Anthony get a little uncomfortable at the top of the backstretch. All this while the white flag waves, one more trip around for the Philly Flyer. Garrix, if he wins this thing, he's going to start on the pole for tonight's feature. That could mean absolutely everything. Trevor, final time off of 4, and they go 75. The Philly Flyer brings it home. Buckman holds off Morano, who's able to hold off Clay. They're your top 4. They're your transfers. Barber, Shreves, Rayome, DeGood, Tobias, and Barker to the B main. Man, oh man, I asked Sam what he'd do. He said if I was faster, I'm going for it. Wasn't for the lead, it was for second. That's exactly what he did. Row 5 to the outside, heat race number 2. Your second and final heat race. Brian Moore Sr. to the outside, to the inside, the 247 of Michael Vecchio. Row 4 to the outside, the 011 of Randall Dixon. To the inside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. Row 3 to the outside, the deuce of Harold Klump. To the inside, the 93 of Butters, Jason Butterfield. Row 2 to the outside, the 817 of Shane Billings. To the inside, the 390 of Mike Brewer. Row 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. And starting on the pole, the 213 of Michael Vitale. As the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. Heat race number 2 is underway. Michael to the inside here, trying to get a run. Can he slide up in front of Dino? The answer is yes. Now Dino got to try to find a way to get to the inside, possibly outside. Dino knows he won a heat race last time, was able to win the feature. That's half the battle. Dino's got to find a way around that 213 if he wants to make this night that much easier. But right now, Mike Brewer, man, he is working hard down low in the Brew Crew. They're getting loud out there. You can hear him as he's battling for the lead going down the backstretch. Uncle Ron screaming at the TV here as we come across. 5 to go. Mike Brewer, your new leader, as Dean Reynolds trying to copy his teammate, trying to peek to that inside. What can he do? He's not as low as the 390, and that's where Mike was having that success. The 213 hops down. Dino gets into him. There's contact. Billings tries to make it 3 wide, but Michael Vitale holds strong on the outside for now. All this behind Brewer here with 3 to go. He's loving every minute of it. He hears the beating and banging. Dino, he gets a little lower this time. Finds that grip in the center of the corner. He's able to pull even as he slides in door to door with the 213 of Michael Vitale. Give it to Dean at the line. 2 left to play here at Lanier National Speedway. Dean slips up a little bit on the exit of 2. Needs to find the grip back through 3 and 4 as the white flag flies. One more trip around for Mike Brewer. Mike, he's finished on the podium in the 358s, looking to do it 2 times in a row as he's going to win heat race number 2. Michael Vitale, Harold Klump, Dean Reynolds, Shane Billings, Brian Moore Sr., Randall Dixon, Ryland Banks, Michael Vecchio, and Jason Butterfield rounds out the field as Brewer gets it done here in heat race number 2. We'll be right back after a short break, and we'll be bringing you your Atlantic Management Big Block Modified feature here at the Lanier Speedway. Stick around. We're back live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. What a bonehead move. I played the old Speed Week promo that, we had a couple weeks ago that I think went rather well. Lots of good racing throughout the C2C Speed Weeks, and we raised a good bit of money for the Steve King Foundation, and at the end of the day, that's what that was all about. So we had a good time. I know right now Uncle Ron, Barry, they're out there having a good time. Justin's out there having a good time. Let's take a look here at the starting lineup for your Atlantic Management Resources Big Block Modified feature. Starting on the outside of row 10 in the 93 Butters, Jason Butterfield. To the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Row 9 to the outside, the 247 of Michael Vecchio. To the inside, the 21 of Blackjack, John DeBias. Row 8 to the outside, the 76 of Ryland Banks. To the inside, the 7 of Bob DeGood. Row 7 to the outside, the 011 of Randall Dixon. To the inside, the 444 of Scott Rayone. Row 6 to the outside, the 055 of Brian Moore Sr. To the inside, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Row 5 to the outside, the 817 of Shane Billings. To the inside, the 16 of Matt Barber. Row 4 to the outside, the 79 of Dino. To the inside, the 051 of Putt Putt Clay Christopherson. Row 3 to the outside, the Deuce Harold Klump. To the inside, the Ant-Man Anthony Morano. Row 2 to the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. To the inside, the 007 of Sam Bachman. Row 1 for your final feature of the year. To the outside, the Brewer machine of the Michael in the 390. Starting on pole, the 075 of Trevor Gearix. As the green flag flies, 30 laps to play here in the Atlantic Management Resources Big Block Modifieds. We make it through turn 1 safe and sound. Sam Bachman, though, trying to pick up right where he left off here. Working that inside in the small block. Trying to make a run here. Trevor Giroux. Trevor got out the too big of a jump there in heat race number 1. But now that they're a little closer, we'll have to see what the 39 and 007 can do. And meanwhile, back in the back, Dino, he said it's time to party. He goes to the outside. He maybe gets into his teammate there in the 51. Contact. We're going to need a caution. Do we get a caution? Not getting a caution. Not getting a caution. And Dino, there we go. Caution finally flies. Brewer able to watch out. Dino does a good job of pulling that thing up in the wall. And, well, what's Dino supposed to do? You got to sit there. The right front's broke. You need the caution. It's a shame that it took so long to come out. This is where we hope Clay didn't get involved. It wouldn't be Dino's fault anyway. He gets into the 2 of Harold Klump and putt there. Oh, man, I bet you that's incident points. I would be shocked because Dino gets into the wall after that. So now Clay, oh, man, now incident points probably factored into this thing as well between him and Anthony Morano. Not what you want to be thinking about this early on, but it's the reality of racing. You know, if you get a 0x, that's 5 bonus points. If you get any incident points, you're going to lose points for the incident points you get. And you didn't get bonus points. So that, for instance, would probably be a -2. But in reality, you're giving up the 5 for the perfect. So it's really -7 points now on the Ant-Man Anthony Morano. That's 3 points on the race, or 3 spots on the racetrack. So this is Clay's really got to get the shovel out and go to work here as we're ready to drop the hammer. Back underway, lap 4 at Lanier National Speedway. Trevor right away to the outside. Brewer trying to mount a charge here. Clay on the bottom, 3 wide. Let's keep an eye on the guy battling for points here. This is between him and Anthony Morano. Clay to the inside. Putt. What are we gonna do here now? Our point godfather, Patrick Spangler, he's a little busy here. He had a charity hockey game tonight. Oh, he got contact in the back. Scott Rayone. Hard hard into the front stretch wall. He's going to come to a stop. No caution. Now we get the caution. And we saw this kind of kick off from behind. So right now he's in between the 76 of Ryland Banks and Billings on the outside. He just gets a little fishtail slap there from the 76, and hard into the outside wall goes the 4 of Scott Rayone. Now, this is where we got to keep our eye on. I wish I could pull Dino or one of them up here to maybe plug away. But they hide in their own Discord. And I even broadcast their league, but the guys have me locked out of that channel. Those dogs. I can't even go into their private channel. I can see them all sitting in there having a good time. If I could go in there, I'd ask them. So shame on you guys, the brew crew out there, you know, tell them. I'm a trustworthy person. If I wanted to steal their setups, I think all I'd have to do is ask one of them for them. I think they like me enough to give them to me. As the green flag's high, it's ready to fly. 24 laps here, left it for the Lanier Speedway. Trevor with a good jump. Brewer trying to mount a charge there on the high side is Sam Bachman. Started third, is falling back to fourth, but he's taking a peek back to the inside of the 213 of Michael Vitale. I think Sam, he went with the small block, whether it was intentional or unintentional. He's got to stay committed to the inside. And Clay Christopherson, back to what I was saying, our point guy, he's at the charity hockey game. So I don't know, you know, how quickly we're going to get these points updated, and I'm just going to be blunt. I suck at math. So I don't know, you know, maybe they're going to be able to help me out, and we'll have to find out, too, if Clay got incident points. Because if Clay didn't get incident points here, he's the champion. If he got incident points, that's where it gets really, really interesting, and he's got to find a way around a couple more guys in front of him. Because right now, Trevor Giroux, he's out front. Got a pretty firm line of cars behind him. Brewer kind of tucked there in line, but oh, Trevor, he gets in the outside wall. Can Brewer send it in deep here into one? Does he try a slide job? No, he's going to stay in line. Not close enough to capitalize on Trevor's mistake just yet, man, but putt here he comes to the outside, and I think I just got a phone call on Messenger from Roger Craig. Roger, I'm not sure if you meant to do that. If you did, feel free to call me back here, and I'll answer it this time. These headphones are so loud that I couldn't really hear it vibrating in the background till the end. But oh, Roger's got the points tonight. That's the update. Roger's got the points. Yes. So we're going to know right away. And Clay Christopherson makes it 3 wide to the outside, but Vitale, oh no! He sends it up, but Clay, man, no risk. Or, I mean, a whole risk, barely any reward here. He doesn't care about the incident points right now, I guess. At this point, he just needs spots, and Michael Vitale runs him up the hill, but Clay committed as the battle on for the lead. Mike Brewer to the inside. Brewer, what can he do coming off of 4? The answer is take the lead at the line. I think give it to the 39. Pretty close here. Trevor fighting back, going down the backstretch. What do we got? What do we got this time? Mike, no, Trevor at the line. Boy, oh boy, door to door, back and forth. Speaking of door to door, oh, Sam, what do you do? That's your teammate. He's battling for the points. You go to the inside, you make it 3 wide. That's what you do. Clay, oh, man, he's going to have to work for every single point he wants tonight. Nobody is giving him anything. Oh, can Mike get it at the line? No, Trevor's got enough steam to keep it rolling on the top shelf. Brewer, if he can find a way to slide up and cut the momentum off, he may do it. There it is, slide job. The Philly Flyer to the inside. Trevor at the line. What can he do? He's going to serve him back with a slide job of his own. Mike Brewer coming with a head of steam, but he just didn't do it. Didn't have the cut down that Trevor had. And with 9 laps to go, we take a look back. Putt-putt moves on up into third. Anthony able to get around his teammate in the 007, but he's got to get around the 213, and he's got to get around his teammate in the 051. 8 laps to go for the 075. Mike Brewer maybe burn up what he had here, used it a little too hard, and Trevor has just absolutely jumped on it here, extended this lead, and now Clay, he's trying to find a way around his teammate and Mike Brewer. Look at how close to the wall they get. Boy, oh boy, Trevor not leaving an inch between that right rear quarter panel and the wall. And now Mike Brewer, he heard me lay down the challenge. He reeled him back in. He's back for some more here. All over the tail tank here, the 075, 5 to play. What are we going to do here? What's the move? If you're Clay Christopherson, how aggressive do you get? You've got one guy in between you and your teammate, but with those incident points, you may need 2. Clay Christopherson rolling around in P3 as Trevor Garrix rolling around off of 4, 3 laps to go. Oh, Garrix, how I love calling him his new name. What can he do here? Clay looking to the outside. He says, Mike, if you're going to go to the inside, I'm going to go to the outside. Leave me some room, brother. I'm going to do it the hard way. Clay trying to get a run off of 2. He does. He pulls even. Brewer, he doesn't send it in deep. He leaves him room. What can Clay do as the white flag flies? Trevor Giroux, the final time around the racetrack. He's going to be your winner, but the battle is on for P2. Final time through 3 and 4. Trevor Giroux takes home the checkered flag, and Brewer beats Christopherson by inches at the line to bring home another P2. Vitali 4th, and Anthony Morano 3rd. Now, this is where we know Roger Craig, he is absolutely going to jump on it here. I'm going to be staring at this phone for a message. And as soon as we get this update here, we will let you all know. But as long as there's no incident points, we're going to assume it's the driver of the 051, Clay Christopherson. But we don't know. I'm going to try to find the green flag here. There's a lot of... SDK thinks a lot of people are entering the pits. Whenever they pull low on the racetrack, it's actually pretty funny to read that. I guess they get so low down on the bottom that they think they're going to enter pit road. But we're going to see here... What's going on is we're gonna play it safe here. We're gonna play it safe, Mike. I'm gonna play it safe. I don't know who won the championship yet, but we'll let Clay sit down there for a little bit.
let him stir on it, right?
Yeah. Do you? Well, actually, this may help me out, Mike. Do you know if whenever Dean got into the outside wall, did Clay get any incident points?
I don't know.
Okay, because if
I
Clay...
have no clue.
All right, I just got word. All right, I know who won the points, Mike. You got a 50-50 shot. Who won? Give me your guess.
Clay.
You're right, by 1 point. Clay Christopherson, your champion by 1 point. So congratulations to Clay. But hey, man, for right now, Mike, back-to-back podiums, man. Looks like Hayden bringing Daddy some new luck here on the sim. How you feeling?
Hey, she definitely brought something, that's for sure. I tell you what a world of a difference running the big block, because you can make that top work. But then again, if you got more power, you're gonna burn the tires off of it faster, right? More chances of spinning. And I think I lost tires there. So I was trying everything there, but just didn't have enough. And congrats to Trevor. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I still think the big block. I don't know how you feel about it. I still think it was the way to go because. Not too sure, Sam, maybe he was playing mind games with me. He was talking about the big block. He goes out there, you probably know, picks the small block. It seemed like it was working for a while, but then, man, at the end, it's just that power up top. It seemed like that's where you needed to be. I mean, am I right?
Definitely, but if anybody's going to make a 358 work, it's going to be Clay and a couple of those other guys. I don't know how they do it, but, man, they could really put a stomping on those big blocks, just being able to be smooth with those 358s.
Well, hey, Mike, congratulations, man. Hell of a night here. Way to cap off the modifieds, 2 P2s. You going to go out here and play a little bit in the Pro Late models?
No, I better be good. I'm going to go upstairs, give my wife a break and stuff, and hang out with the family. So
Smart man, smart man. Congratulations, Mike. I know you got a lot of people out there rooting for you. Barry, Ron, Justin, to name a few. But before you get out of here, man, who you want to thank?
I got to thank you guys, Shaggy TV, Coast to Coast, Venom Racing, Full Throttle Motorsports, all those guys over there. Great group of guys. You guys for giving us a place to race and then giving the family and the guys on the crew there something to do in the off season while they're, just hanging out while it's cold. So, Expert Installation, Swan Speed Shop, and yep.
That's right. You're not too cold with all that Expert Installations, so.
Hey, it keeps you warm, right?
Exactly. See, they're just hanging out. They're comfortable. Congratulations, Mike, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you real soon, man. Maybe Sunday. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
That's Mike Brewer, your second place finisher, because we're going to save the third place finisher for last. And we're going to bring up, I didn't know until about a couple weeks ago that I've been pronouncing his last name wrong the whole time. And well, Trevor Gearix, we got you here at the top step, man. How you feeling?
Oh, man.
I couldn't even not laugh. I couldn't even not laugh. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to live that one down, eh?
No, that's never going away.
Hey, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It's all in fun, but yeah, feeling pretty good closing out the season with a win here. Can't complain. Really, really love Lanier. I just wish it was a little more racy and not, start out front, finish out front type thing. But still had to drive the car and had to hold off Mike there. He was coming. He was fast. So we'll definitely take it and close out this portion of the season at least on a high note.
Well, no, yeah, and I mean, dude, we're getting a good view of it now. I mean, he made you work. It seemed like, not sure what he did to the race car, what the deal was, but he had that one shot at you. He threw the slider. And you came right back at him, and man, you cleared him by a country mile and just absolutely started to drive off for a couple laps. What was it? Did the pressure just make you hit your rhythm a little more?
Yeah, probably, honestly. And I mean, he was kind of showing me that middle there through the slick too. When he was on the inside there, making it stick with me, coming off of 4 to the line or off of 2 down the backstretch. He was making that middle work, so once I was able to duck down there, I tried it and I said, okay, this is pretty good, probably better than the top. And I mean, there's a couple instances where, Mike, I feel like, because I know he said before he doesn't really like throwing sliders, unless he knows he's gonna clear by a lot. But there was a couple times where he would have had me cleared by, at least 2-3 car lengths, and he just decided to leave me the lane. So that's just the type of person and driver Mike is. Great driver, great guy. I don't know him too well, but I definitely want to get to know him a little more. And racing with him this season, it's been fun, and it's fun to be around him, and especially when you got guys that drive like him that are just super classy like that. But yeah, he showed me that middle, and towards the end there, I was looking for some grip on the bottom, and it worked.
Well, hey Trevor. Not to take this moment off of you, but I'm getting some interesting conversations here in the broadcaster chat, and it's been a while since I've been racing, so I really, truly don't remember. Do they give points to everyone in the top 5 for qualifying? Like, does it go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 still?
I believe so. Yeah. I know it
and
did.
I see Patrick Spangler typing right now. It's going to be done. He's pulling into his neighborhood. He's going to be inside in 30 seconds, he just said. Now, Roger didn't know to add the qualifying points, and I'm pretty sure Anthony Morano qualified 5th. So that would give him a 1 point, and they might have a tie, man. So so we've got to delay this thing a little bit. So while we delay it, man, dude, what are you looking forward to running next year? You know, are you going to come back and really sling at these, or are we going to focus on the opens? Because I know a lot of you guys, man, that Open 358 stuff on Monday, I know Marty's had the pleasure of broadcasting most of it. But when I fill in, dude, you guys race hard. That shit looks fun out. Excuse my language, whoops. But that looks like a lot of fun out there, man. You guys really have a ball.
I don't think Roger will mind. It's the last race of the season, so.
Yeah, it was just an S word. That's my first one. I think I'm allowed a few of them. But yeah, man,
you'll be all right.
That's one that I really am jealous of because you know, I wasn't necessarily as good as you and Isaac, but you know, I could hold my own in those 358s. Those things are a lot of fun.
You know what? It's I think it's the fixed aspect or the open aspect of it. It just makes a non-racy track racy, and when you bring in the aspect of doing like making your own setups and tweaking it however you want instead of throwing 24 guys on a track with you know, the same setup. And don't get me wrong, I am all for fixed setup because I think it's, you know what I mean, it's not pay to win in a sense, which, you know what I mean? You know, there's guys out there that make their own setups and there's guys out there that pay. So I like the fixed stuff to the in a sense where it's like, all right, everybody's on the same field, it's in the driver's hands, but then you get the open stuff and it's like, okay, this stuff's way better because, you know, you'll see 2 lines come in like here we probably would have saw the bottom come in the fixed or in the open stuff in my experience at least, but looks like Patrick's in here. What do you got?
Oh yeah, what's going on, Patrick?
Hey, do any of you guys have the points up right now?
Dude, was I right? Because Roger didn't add the qualifying point.
Yeah,
Anthony got
tied.
1. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, did we make him play rock paper scissors?
I don't know. It's Roger. Roger has to make that decision. I'm just the points guy.
Yeah, let's stay. I see Roger's typing. I wonder what
I don't know if it goes by. I don't know if it goes by wins or what. So we'll see what he says. I'm not quite sure.
I would think it. Now, like, you know, not to be that guy, but I would think it would have to go to wins, and oh man, then it would go to Anthony, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the rules are. Roger makes them, so see what he says. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Oh man. I wonder. No, yeah, we can't just make up rules on the fly here.
Yeah, he's typing. I don't know. I could probably look on the website, see what it is. I don't know if we've had a tie before.
That's what I'm looking at the rule book. I don't see it. Like that was my first thing to do. Jump over here. I don't really see it anywhere. Yeah, sorry about this, everyone. But yeah, like we've never had this happen before. I don't think. Oh man, it's neat that it's teammates. But damn, that sucks. Well, hey, Trevor. Before we forget to let you thank whoever, you do your thank yous while we figure out what Rogers is saying.
Yeah, just gotta thank everybody who puts this stuff on. I mean, it's been a pleasure racing here for the last couple of years, and everyone at Venom for welcoming me in a few years ago. Looking forward to another season with those guys, another season here with C2C. Thank you, Shaggy, for putting all this stuff on for us. Hope to see you back next season, and yeah, I mean, everyone who makes this stuff possible that comes on board my race cars every season, especially Dean Reynolds with the Super Dirt Car Series. I mean, that guy's been nothing short of amazing to me, and as a friend and as a sponsor. So shout out you, Dino, love ya. Big Tim Race Wraps for this wrap. Got another one coming for the new season, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, thanks everyone who makes this stuff possible. Looking forward to another good season here with the boys.
Well, hey, Trevor, you're not allowed to be done yet because I see you talk to them sometimes. When you go down into their Discord, can you get into their FTM general chat, or does it have a big lock on it and they have to pull you in?
Oh, it's got a big old lock on it. They have to pull me in.
All right, because I was gonna try to get you to hunt Anthony up here because
I can get him in because I'm in the pro lates right now. So let me talk to him here.
Yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah, 1 sec.
We're gonna let him do that. I'm not gonna kick him out of here yet because I want to pull him and Clay up at the same time. Clay, now Trevor is fetching your teammate, but did you hear the news?
What's the news?
You guys tied. Okay.
We tied.
You guys tied because he got a bonus
Cut
point
the
for
trophy in
qualifying
half.
5th. Now, according to the rule book here, wait, hang on. I'm gonna pull him up here. Now, quick time. Okay. All right, we're cool with this either way. Apparently, this is the boss man. You know, this is. He said, I'm personally good to giving it to both of them, but it's not my decision. It's up to you. According to the actual rule book, okay, the tie would be decided by incident limits, okay? Murano, you're at .044. Clay, you're at .055. So you're really close, but Anthony gets that. And then after that, it goes to wins. And Anthony has 3. Clay, you have 1. So really, we're putting the pressure on you guys, whatever you want to do here.
Can you cut the trophy in half?
I mean, when you get the
cool.
trophy, you could probably cut it in half.
I think that'd be a funnier story.
It definitely would be. But no, we'll let the tiebreaker go to Clay on this one.
You know
A
what?
handout.
That's not a handout. You beat him in the final race of the season.
Next season, go faster.
I don't care. I didn't even know I was leading until this week.
Me personally, with the tie, you know, obviously it's not in the rule book, but I kind of lean Anthony's direction because, you know, you come down to the last race of the season. Whoever wins that one should kind of walk away with it. And Clay,
Yeah, I mean, you beat me in the last race, so you take it.
That's kind of the way I look at it, anyways.
I mean, I think the guy who won the last race of the season should get it, but I'm just here.
I don't think that's how that
cut
works.
it in thirds.
Well, then, you know what, Anthony? You get the heck out of here. Trevor, you get out of here. I'm going to talk to Clay, but good luck here in the late models, fellas.
Thanks, Shaggy.
Thanks, Shaggy.
You know what, Clay? I really do think that's the way it should go because I got to be honest with you, too. When we come into tonight now, did you get an incident point there with that Dino ordeal going down the front stretch?
No, it's I think it was with Vitali. I squeezed it. I was up on the top and grazed across the wall in the front stretch. That must have been what it was.
Oh, okay, because I thought it was obviously it wasn't Dean's fault, but whenever that first caution, whenever he got in the outside wall, he had kind of came down and hit your right rear and then got in the wall really hard. So
I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm almost guarantee you. Yeah, when you go back and watch this thing, because you know how iRacing works, it would have gave you the 0 if he didn't get in the wall after, but he nailed the wall, and that was the first caution. So I'm pretty sure that was the deterrent. And if not for that, you know, if not for those dumb incidents.
Oh, so it's Dean's fault. Got it.
Yeah, you can blame Dino. I mean, dude, I talked about it this whole race because I'm almost certain that gave you the incident points. That's why I was, you know, not rooting for Mike to let you by, but I talked about you needed a 2-spot gap to lock this thing up for sure. And that ended up coming down to be the difference. But man, you know, what could you have done any more to find a way around that 39 machine? Because you guys were racing hard, dude.
Yeah, towards the end, I got really comfortable in the middle. I kind of put it on cruise control, and I was hoping I could have got by Vitali maybe a little bit sooner, but only had about 6-7 laps to work with on trying to catch them boys, and got up there. So I was curious if we had another 5-10 laps to see who I would have been side by side with. That was a fun race at the end there. Car came alive at the end. The beginning, it was pretty loose with the 17 gallons of fuel.
Yeah, and I can't bring it up for you on the broadcast, but I can see it on my software. You can blame Dino for that 2X. That's when you got it.
Oh, you're going to get it.
Yeah, so, you know, that's one thing that kind of slipped my mind. If not for that, which, you know, dude, there's no reason you should have got incident points for that. I mean, you're just driving in your own line. That's just the way iRacing works. So it's awesome that, you know, you don't lose it on some BS. That would have been a crappy way to lose it after an amazing season. And Clay, I mean, how do we go back to work, man? And how do we get another one? And another question, what means more to you? the fix setup where everybody's in the even stuff, or do we want to go out and steal the Open Monday night from Sam next season? Which one means more to you guys?
I prefer the Open just because my driving style is drive off the left rear with everything. So these can get a little loose or a little squirrely on my feeling of a car. So I'd like to shoot for the Open next year.
Well, see, from what you just said, that's why I think the fixed one means a little more because, dude, you got to run what you brung. You know, it doesn't always.
But I didn't bring
good.
it.
No, but hey, man, you know, you've been the most consistent driver, and it's one of those deals that you got to show up. Everybody's in the same stuff, and that's where I think you see the better drivers. You know how it goes. I mean, there's some people who pay for the top dollar stuff. Other stuff, people will just plug away and put in the work, and that's the way you guys are. You earn it the hard way, and man, nobody else I'd rather see this championship go to. Congratulations on a hell of a year, Clay. Congratulations on the podium. Who you want to thank, man?
All you guys for putting this on, all the boys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block sets.
Well, Atlantic Management Resources Big Block Modified Champion Clay Christopherson. Can't wait to do it all again next season, man. Good luck, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And with that here, we're going to we'll throw it up here to commercial on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I think I'll be getting replaced by my man Travis Piercefield here from Extreme eSpeed TV. But stick around, and he'll be bringing you your Pro Late Modified season finale here at the Lanier Speedway.